The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or host. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord hath made, and we're going to rejoice. And yes, we are glad in it. And today we're going to celebrate the life and legacy of Lady Cheryl Twilley. This probably will be my only public uh, showing of um, moving forward. But to God be the glory. I thank each and every one of you all for joining. I'm trying to see if any of the Fantastic Four is going to pop on. I think G will be popping on shortly. But we thank God, we thank God, we thank God because he is so awesome. And one of the posts that I did put out there is he kept his word. Woo! Good God Almighty. I could run around this house just thinking about that he kept his word. He said he got me. And so to God be the glory. It's year number 2. We're celebrating the second year of Lady Cheryl being transitioned. And for those that know her and didn't know her, she was just such a jewel to the body of Christ. And we don't even take it. I mean, the little 30 minutes that we're going to be on today can't even begin to really emphasize how much she touched different ones this morning. Please excuse me if I don't do the morning shout out as I normally do. But to God be the glory. I thank each and every one of you all that are joining us. Name by name, you all know. And we just wanted to stop by this morning and just let you all know that God is still on the throne. And, the truth to the matter is uh, when we could have thrown in the towel on the natural side, the spirit side said, not so. So we thank God for that. And, we just want you all to continue to pray for the Fantastic Four. Of course, pray for me as we continue to do uh God's work. I see somebody just popped in, so let me get him in here right fast. I don't know how long he's got, so let me get him, and I'm gonna let him just go ahead and do his thing. So come on, Pastor Greg, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, Dad. How you feeling? Hope you're feeling good.
I'm good, I'm good,
That's
I'm
good. That's
good.
good. Grace and peace to you all, Faith and T family. I had no other choice but to up on here really quick. Obviously, you guys see I'm currently at work right now, but I let the people know, hey, it's my mom's anniversary. I have to step out and do something. And so they're
Yes.
very understanding. So I thank God for that they're understanding to everything that's going on today. Listen, 2 years, 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Uh, and I guess the only thing we can really say is that God has kept us. He is
Yes.
still keeping us. I thank God that we are still in our right mind.
Yeah.
We always say, my brother said a long time ago, if I was going to lose my mind,
Come
I
on
would have
now.
lost it
Yeah.
March 5th, 2023. But the
Yes.
fact that
Yes.
I'm still in my right mind, that means God still has a plan for us. And that, although we may not agree with everything, we know that God has always
Mm-hmm.
designed everything for His glory.
Mm-hmm.
So we thank God for that. Before I go any further, it is also my baby girl's birthday. So we
Yes.
want to
Yes.
wish Zion
Zion.
Twilly
That's
a
right.
happy 11th birthday. My baby is
Woo,
11
woo, woo,
years
woo,
old
woo,
today.
woo.
And
Yes.
I wanted to come on here and kind of merge the two because I want everybody to understand that even when we're dealing with grief, even when we're dealing with the loss
Come
of a
on.
loved one,
Come on,
we
Pastor.
still have to remember that life does not stop.
Yes.
And I think today is a perfect example of how life does not stop because while I could mourn all day, I could be woe is me all day. I have to
Yes.
remember that this is still my daughter's birthday.
Right.
I have to
That's
remember
right.
that before my mother took her final rest, it was still my daughter's birthday.
Yes.
And so I can't be selfish
That's that
and
part.
take it
Yeah.
away
Yes.
from what God has blessed me with and a
Come on.
child
Come on.
and dwell on what I may have feel like he hurt me with.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
so, uh, Dad, you use this phrase for a year straight, and you say it to this moment. You said, "I choose to be happy."
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I woke up this morning, and the first thing I told the Lord was, I said, Lord, I thank you. And while I may have tears in my eyes, I choose to still be happy.
Come on.
You know,
Come
I
on, man.
choose to still smile. I choose to live and dwell on the memories of my mother being the
Yes.
fantastic mother that she was to me and my siblings, being the fantastic wife that she was to my father for over 40 years,
Yes.
being a fantastic sister, aunt, daughter,
Yeah. Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
bishop, leader, with every title that you want to associate with her name, she was that plus more. And
Yes.
so I thank God for her life, for her legacy, but I also thank God for being able to allow me to see the beauty of how good he really is. Because, like I said, while I can sit here and cry all day, I
Uh-huh.
choose to also celebrate the life
Yes.
that he gave me and my family, which is Zion Kalia Twilly. And so I thank God for both. You know, a lot of people don't have the strength. I feel like my family has shown
Yeah.
enormous
Yeah.
strength over these last 2 years. I feel
Yes.
like we've shown that it is okay to mourn. It is okay to
Mm-hmm.
go through the emotions. It is okay to seek help. Y'all know Lady Charmaine is an advocate for
Yes.
seeking help.
Yes.
Lady
Yes.
Charlene is an advocate for praying your way through.
Yes.
Brother
Yes.
Javarius, he's an advocate for just keeping it real and while in the midst of the situation.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to say, I'm an advocate for. I take upon that role as well. Um, but we all have our own roles that we've taken
Yes.
upon these last 2 years, and we've all encouraged one another. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I had anxiety this whole entire week, waiting for this day to come because I just knew what it came with.
Yeah.
The reality is that yes, I may be able to dance on everything. I may be able to shout, cry, laugh, whatever. But the reality is, I miss my mother.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
reality. The reality is that
Yes.
it's been some days where I just needed to pick up the phone and talk to my mom.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to Lady Cheryl. I didn't want to talk to Bishop Cheryl. I wanted to talk to my mother. And so,
Yes.
although I wasn't able to physically pick up the phone, my mom instilled enough in us to know how to pray. She instilled enough in us to know how to go to our word. She instilled enough in us to know how to sing songs when we was going through.
Yeah.
And so I thank God for the legacy of Lady Cheryl Tulare. I thank God for honoring her on today. And I know you're gonna hear this more than once this week. But please continue to donate to the scholarship fund. I
Yes.
believe Lady Charlene told us this morning we have been able to bless 6 kids already
Yeah.
with the scholarship fund. So we are doing the work of the
Yes.
Lord, and we also are doing the work that Lady Cheryl laid for us. There was a foundation that she laid for us to continue to do. And with the help of my father, with the help of my siblings, we are able to bless multiple kids for future education, which was one of her biggest advocates. She wanted kids to be able to get an education. She wanted to help women and children in need. That was her love. That was her life.
Yes.
And so, we're going to continue to honor her. You want to remember her? Remember her by donating. Remember her by honoring her with the scholarship fund. I love you all. Thank you all for supporting me and the family these last 2 years. It doesn't end here. Obviously, we have a lifetime to go.
Yeah.
But I will say every day is easier than the day before.
Come
And
on
so
now.
I thank God that we're able to sit here today and talk amongst one another and just smile. Yes, we're going to have tears. Yes, we're going to want to have our own moment. But through it all, I made it through. And if
Come
it
on.
had not been for the Lord who was on my
On my
side, I
side.
don't know
Yes.
where I would be right now. I could be crazy. I should be crazy. I could
Uh-huh.
be dead. I should be dead. But God saw fit enough in me to wake me up this morning, start me on my way, and give me the energy and the activities of my limbs so I can come with you all this morning just to encourage you all to keep going. I can encourage you all to don't fight, to don't quit, to keep the fight going. And that, hey, while life may be life, God is still being God.
Ooh,
I
that's
love
good.
you all. I bless you all for you. Father, thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity. I will call you later on today. Like I said, I'll be getting off work early today, so we'll spend
Yeah,
some time
yeah.
later on today. I love you,
Sounds
Faith and
good.
Team family. Thank you all.
Love you, man. All right.
Love
God
you. All
bless.
right.
All right, all right. So that was Pastor Greg. I don't know if the others. I know the siblings. I'm looking at the stream, and Charmaine is watching. I believe she's probably at work, and Charlene is. I don't know what she's doing because I think she's off today. But those two will be blessing us on this coming Friday for Inspirational Friday, and she just put in the she just tagged in the stream the way to donate, and I'll put that towards the end. I have it also, but we want to just thank God just for each and every one of y'all. The faith and T family has in most cases, most of you all have been with us since the very beginning. We remember morning coffee Monday through Friday. Matter of fact, morning coffee started, it was actually 7 days a week. I remember like it was yesterday, the first day that we did it. We was actually out walking, Lady Cheryl, Javaris, and myself, and I went live, and people actually came on. And from that's where morning coffee was birthed. And we did it all the way up until the Friday before she passed. In other words, we actually that Friday, March, I want to say March the 3rd. Yes, it was March the 3rd was the last broadcast. So I mean, it's in the timeline on Facebook, and that's one of the things that we've really have been able to cherish. Technology is just so awesome that this stuff is in the system on our YouTube as well as in our Facebook page, and so our kids, our grandkids. Um, what Pastor Greg didn't say was during that same time, his baby KK was still in the womb, and she wasn't born till June, and so she never got a chance to meet her Gigi as the other kids did, and so to experience Gigi was an experience of a lifetime. Um, the kids would tell you she would move the world. It was a couple of things I would tell anybody for real, and y'all need to hear this. When it came to her kids and her grandkids, she would move the world for them. Yes, she loved her twill. I thank God for it, and I tell people all the time. And I don't hold this back. This will be something that I will always cherish, that I am the man that I am because she saw me as a friend when I didn't even care about myself. Oh, I'm talking to somebody today. And she looked out for if she knew you, she knew you. She wasn't fake about anything that she did. And one thing about it, if she came to your house and she was at your house longer than 30 minutes, something was going to break off. Whether she was going to go into the kitchen and cook for you, or she was going to rearrange your house, she was going to clean your house or whatever. She never allowed her title, she never allowed her position to change her from being the steward that she was. And so it has helped the children as well as me to maneuver through these last 24 months. When the Lord spoke to me at 11:40 on March the 5th, 11:40 p.m. March the 5th, and said she didn't die, I took her. He said, but I got you. And I've held on to that in its entirety. Um, I've held that on to its entirety through these last 24 months. And I thank God for each and every one of you all. I see some folks on here that I haven't seen in a while. Toy White, if you don't get in touch with me, brother, I haven't heard from you in a month of Sundays. But she was all of that and a bag of chips. And the truth to the matter is, I'm watching the Fantastic Four now, which that name was birthed out of that, out of her transition. The Fantastic Four was birthed out of that. But I've watched them over these last 24 months, how God has just each and every one. Pastor Greg pretty much summed it up. How each and every one of them has handled this. Because the truth to the matter is, in some cases, and for you all that know, this is Lady Cheryl's day, but my mom just transitioned February the 1st. And one of the conversations that I had with the kids when it first happened with their mom, I said, she was y'all's mom. She was just, and when I put the just my wife, I'm not downplaying she was my wife. I'm saying, but there's a difference if you understand what I'm saying. They have her DNA. I don't. I have my mom's DNA. And so I could not relate to where they were, just like they couldn't relate to where I was. But now we're in the same playing field, and those two are together now. My mom loved Cheryl like she was her natural daughter, and my wife loved my mom like she was her natural mom. So we're just so ecstatic about how the legacy that she left. I mean, people still to this day. Um, Somebody sent me a message last night, and I sent them a message back. I said, "You got to warn me before you do that." And we got the host actually on. Let me get him on right fast. Uh, Hold on, I got him. I got him. He's getting his stuff together, and here we go. And we got Brother G on. This is normally his show. He's getting his stuff together. Let me mute him for a second while he get his stuff together, and then we'll come back to him. I think he might be. We can't see your head, so if you could adjust it just a little bit so we can see you. And I'm coming back to you right now. And G, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. He's on his way to work this morning. But yeah, I see Charlene is on and Charmaine is on and Greg has just popped off. So G, it's in your hands if you got anything you want to say.
Uh, I thought I was gonna have something to say, but now that it's here, no, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I know one of the discussions that you and I both had was just in understanding where we are as far as even how we recognize. And a lot of times it's the other folks that and I'm saying this in love that forget sometimes when you're posting or sharing that, and I'm saying this just in general, that whoever you're sharing, you have to also understand sometimes those folks are just getting to a healing stage, and that can trigger. So I think we always have to be considerate because there's no right or wrong way. I will say that one thing that we've learned over the last 2 years, and we're definitely not the first family that this has happened to. So I'm not giving no sob stories or anything, but just trying to encourage people to be considerate a lot of times. One thing that I've set myself up today for, that whatever I see or hear, to God be the glory, because I know that she was important in other people's lives. I do know that. And when you're in ministry, here's the thing that we have to understand, that you're no longer yourself. A lot of times we forget that when God calls us to a certain place, we become well, we all should be servants, but we become servants of him, and so therefore we become others. We minister to others and everything, and that's who she was. So I just thank God for her. I thank God. I've watched G over the last 2 years, just go from one level of being that mama's, which he still was is a mama's boy. I'm not going to take that away from him, but just watching his growth, and that's, to be honest, that's how this Wednesday show came about, because he got on one Wednesday and dropped some nuggets. And I said, going forward, you're going to be on here on Wednesday. So we thank God for you. And we understand, G, that if you want to say something, you say something. If you don't, it's all good, because each and every day, the one nugget that all of us have celebrated with the statement that you made, that if we were going to lose our mind, we would have lost it 2 years ago. And so
Mm.
that much we know, that God still's got us. And we know, to be honest, G, and I do want you to say something, but to be honest, we know that we're helping others, because um, people come and tell us, and it's not that we need that validation, if you understand me, but it's good to know that what God has allowed us to experience, that we've been able to be a blessing to others. And it does not necessarily mean in a time of death, but just in being strong and being able to endure and go through. Death in some people's mindset is a final place, but in reality, life just begins. It was Lady Cheryl that said if she got a glimpse of heaven, that she was out of here. And I believe no one can take that from me, that's what transpired, and that's why the Lord spoke to me in that manner. But go ahead, G, if you got something.
Yeah, nah. I mean, nah. I really want to just have a productive day at work. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see. I don't want to start a conversation. It's different when it's just me and you, and
Yeah, yeah,
when I got
yeah,
it, I got
yeah,
it, and if I can
yeah,
do it, I can do
yeah.
it. But
Right.
just
Yeah, yeah.
waking up today and doing good for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm great, and I think that's, we talked about it yesterday. I think that's the misunderstanding that can happen a lot of times is, you know, I don't want people to think, not that I care, but I don't want people to think that because I, like, may not talk or may not post,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have conversations with you, this, that, and the third, that I'm like, still having a hard time, because
Right,
I'm not.
right, right, right. Mm-hmm.
I'm not, I'm doing very well, actually. Very blessed. Um and like I think I kind of tell you all the time, and I might have shared it on here before though, but I think it's all different based off of the relationships you have with the person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like I will keep vocally saying, because it helps me sleep at night too. But I me and my mom were on the best of terms. You know,
Yeah,
my mom me and
yeah,
my mom were on the best of terms.
yeah,
So
yeah.
um it makes it a lot easier. No, do I miss her? Yes. Do I
Mm-hmm.
wish she
Mm-hmm.
was here? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would it? But in the same instance, I don't. I used to struggle the first, maybe about 6, 7, 8 months, because I would have dreams about
Yeah,
mom, but
yeah,
I would, I think I would ask you questions. I would come to you and be like, Dad, I don't know. You remember I came to you and I was like,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing her wrong, because
Right, right, right,
I
right,
ain't
right.
crying.
Yeah,
I ain't.
yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't sitting here sobbing, just,
yeah. I
just,
remember that. Yeah.
I'm not, because that's what the time period, and I just had to ask you a question, and I wanted you to be real with me. Like, am I
Uh-huh.
doing her dirty? Because
Right.
I don't, it's not in me. Like, I'm trying, and now, that's crazy to believe, but I was trying to be in these moods or in these,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
I think me and you attested to, like that wasn't the type of person she was, that wasn't the type of woman she
Right.
was.
That's
What
right.
she stand for, what she stood for was the utmost standard.
Hmm.
I mean, when you talk about, mom, you if you put it in cartoon text, she was the big black queen that, just walked, with her head. You know how the
Yeah.
cartoons be when they walk
Yeah.
with their head up and their eyes be closed and all of that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I just I don't want people to think that I'm doing anything but good. I'm doing very good. I
Hmm.
do want going back to what you said originally. I just not, and I always say be careful, but like everybody got they can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just want you to understand. I'm not but understand when you are doing certain stuff. We said it yesterday. You'll be unhonest. I won't use the word we used yesterday. I mean, it was just food, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you'll
Yeah.
be unhonest to yourself to
Yeah.
believe that when you do certain stuff, it doesn't have an impact, or it doesn't have a
Hmm.
tone setter, a mood feeling to certain individuals, or
Hmm.
to anybody. We all know when we say stuff and when we post stuff, they got to go somewhere. It has to
Yes.
hit something.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the famous saying. That's why they say be careful what you say,
Uh-huh.
because them words got to bounce off
Yeah.
somewhere. That
Gotta land.
that
They gotta land.
post
Yeah.
got to go somewhere.
Yes.
So just take heed to when you doing that type of stuff. Just make sure you understand where you coming at from, and where you who or
Hmm.
what that is impacting or affecting. I remember you shared, and I know we gotta go, but I remember you shared, and I've been very good, and I would think, or I would hope so, but I remember you shared that, you know um if anybody, if any of your kids were to come to you, and say they had a rough day, or they had a
Hmm.
rough time, how that would end up pondering on your head and your
Yes.
shoulders, how that
Yes.
would
Yes.
affect and impact your day,
Hmm.
and how you could have been having a good day watching
Hmm.
sports, and now you messed up off of not your own doing.
Hmm.
So I do
Hmm.
want that is not, that's not cool, that's not right for me to know that, to hear that you have said that, to hear that you have openly voiced that, and for me to not go out my way, but for
Yeah.
me to not at least have you in the thought
Consider it.
process
Consider it.
when,
Yeah.
yeah, consider when
Yeah.
the person that you're doing it for is, I mean, yeah, when the person you're doing it for is actually the intimate person, like that.
Hmm.
We're not,
Hmm.
we're not first, second, third cousins. We're her, we are her family. We
Yeah.
are her, first family.
Yeah.
We are her first family. So
Yeah.
I just be careful with when you doing that type of stuff, because I know you might want it to come off as giving reference or something. I mean, I voiced it multiple times, so I will
Yeah.
hope people already know where I come from with.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't care to see it. I'm not gonna like your post. I'm not gonna comment under your
Yeah.
post. To all be, to all who want to do it or whatnot, but I don't need that. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I
Well,
mean,
because it, and basically what you're saying is it's an intimate relationship that you have. And one thing that we've practiced is, and I've already set myself up for today, that this is the day that, if you so choose. I'm not telling, because I can't control anybody else's actions.
right,
You know what I'm saying? God has blessed me with this platform, so with this platform today, I can honor her. I can appreciate the life and legacy of her. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
am also careful of even what I post, because one thing that you and I have discussed numerous times is that, when it comes to me sharing my intimate side of, and when I say intimate, I'm talking about just, the sitting around the house and the in the kitchen laughing, and the road trips we took, and the times that we went, when my grandbabies would call and say, Gigi, we want to come to your house. You know what I'm saying? Those are personal, that if I choose to share it, I share it. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world. And so
Right.
nobody is perfect in this walk. We all are living and learning. I don't think it's a right or a wrong way. I think I appreciate your insight of it, of being considerate, because I think that should always be the case, and not just in this particular case, but anything that we post on social media. We should be
Yeah.
mindful of what we say out of our mouths. This is just an example that we can use, but I always tell people, don't lose your testimony over a post. Oh man, I'm getting ready to run up out of here, G. Don't lose your testimony over trying to be funny or something like that when it comes to social media. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Listen, G, I thank you for that. This coming Friday, I'm getting ready to post right here. This coming Friday, none other than Lady Charlene and Charmaine, Lady Charlene Brooks and Lady Charmaine McCall are going to be our inspirational speakers on this coming Friday, and then the following week we've got Lady Ebony Martin, and then from North Carolina we got Pastor Anna Lyons, and then we're going to close out the month with none other than Mama Brown and Lady Angel. Because this is the month of uh, Women's Month, and we're going to represent that to its fullest. So we ask each and every one of you all to keep us in prayer. As a hold on, I put the wrong one back up there. Hold on. Let me put that one back up there. Keep each one of us in prayer as we still make it through this. You see my shirt, it says life happens, because that was one of her mottos. Life happens, and it happened with us 24 months ago. But guess what? God has kept us. Listen, I love each and every one of you all. Thank you all for just letting us come into your homes, on your phones, on your tablets, or whatever, for these few moments today. And I ask that you keep us in prayer. Remember also about the scholarship fund. I'm going to put that information up. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I haven't made it to the big league yet, where I've got technicians and all that. So I'm kind of like doing it all. All right, but here we go. That's the information for the scholarship fund. And by all means, we're 501, so you can write it off on your taxes. And y'all already know the way Trump acting, and some of y'all paying taxes. Why give it back to the government when you could give it to some deserving student? So we want to keep that in mind, that you're able to do that. And as they will discuss it even more on Friday, but we were able to bless some young people this year, that's going into next year. So to God be the glory. Listen, you all have a phenomenal rest of the day. I will see you back again on this coming Friday with none other than, once again, Lady Charlene Brooks and Lady Charmaine McCall. God bless you.